Well, it's good to see you back here at the end of day 3 of GitHub Universe. It's been a jam-packed 3 days, and today I'll highlight some of my favorite talks and performances from the week. Then we'll have some fun with some of the best and funniest moments of the last 3 days together. It's time to celebrate the end of GitHub Universe 2020 on today's GitHub Universe Highlight Show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the GitHub Universe Highlight Show. I'll be your host, Kyle Daigle, and hopefully you already knew that. It's the end of day 3, and I get the distinct pleasure of sending you off until we see you at GitHub Satellite early next year. All right, let's dive into today, and then we can get to the after party. All right, in today's feature session, principal engineer from Google and, of course, from Kubernetes fame, Kelsey Hightower joined us to share a bit about his journey to becoming the person you know him now in the open source community.
Started for me around the age of 15. And there's a long trajectory between those humble beginnings to the person you speak in front of you today or commit to your open source or your favorite open source project.
Now, Kelsey's talk was about Kubernetes, GitOps, and the humans that glue it all together. And he started by sharing a great story about marathon runners and how we can learn from how they can work together in order for us to succeed.
If you want to understand GitOps, you got to understand the why. Why are you using it? What's important about it? What's the Peloton formation you're trying to build around you? And is it designed to help you go faster? Or are you just doing stuff because people said it on Twitter?
I love that quote. And in some ways, this technology isn't as new, which Kelsey explained. He talks about how behind every process improvement change that we make, or software products that we write, it's really the humans that make it all work.
It's the humans that should be front and center. Today, we're going to be talking about Kubernetes and GitOps. And the thing that kind of depresses me a little is that we tend to put all of these tools before the humans that use them. When you think about Git, it's one of the world's best collaboration tools for writing software. And GitHub is where we all meet and collaborate. But it's the people that make all of this work.
During his talk, Kelsey shared one of the key tips that you can follow to make GitOps work more easily between your Kubernetes setup and by using GitHub Actions. It's pretty simple. Keep your configuration repo separate and lean on GitHub Actions. Here, take a look.
Keep your config repo separate. So what does that look like in the GitHub world? Well, you probably know what this looks like. If I click over here to my GitHub tab, I just have another repository where I'm storing all of my configs. And here I can have my same Git flow. I can do pull requests, I can review them, and all of my configs are just sitting here underneath this directory called Kubernetes. I can have other deployment targets. Maybe you're using a serverless platform like Cloud Run. And in that case, you may have another directory of declarative configs that you put there. But the goal is these are just all data artifacts that can be consumed by some other system that can actually take your declarative thing and make it work.
I'm going to be honest, this was really a talk that you need to watch end to end. Kelsey did an amazing job of telling a story here, and you're really only getting a tiny taste in the clips that we picked for you. I highly recommend that you head on over to githubuniverse.com tomorrow and watch the entire thing. The hosts and I have been reading all of your tweets, discussion posts, and it's been so much fun interacting with you during GitHub Universe this year. I'm really going to miss our time together. Let's dive in. Lisa has a message for all of those YAML haters out there. Deal with it. Kelsey's apparent love for YAML came through loud and clear. Me, I'm still on the fence, but I'll deal with it, okay? Now, check out this beautiful illustration by Carlo. You can actually sponsor him on GitHub Sponsors right now. I'll tweet out his handle after this to make it a little bit easier. It covers all the highlights and announcements in a beautiful visual format from the Day 1 keynote. Really excellent work, Carlo. And finally, we have this amazing image from the US stream today. It was too good not to share. Our US enterprise hosts, Martin and Dana, needed to kick it into business overdrive. And not only did both people wear suits, but Martin was sporting some very classy yellow hair to match Dana. Never change, you two. Thanks again to everyone for sending in your tweets and engaging with us in GitHub discussions. It was so much fun chatting with you. Now, let's move on to the rest of this jam-packed day 3 by talking about our talks. Let's kick off our review of today's sessions by looking at Project Scala. OpenJDK is an enormous open source project that recently made its migration over to GitHub. Along the way, the team learned some of the best ways to ensure that maintainers focus their code review only on the areas that they know best.
We implemented automatic labeling of pull requests with the help of a GitHub application. This means that, for example, let's say you make a pull request and you change one of the make files used for building OpenJDK. Our program will then automatically look at the files in the pull request that you changed, realize you only changed the make files, and then automatically apply the build label.
If you're considering migrating your large project to GitHub, whether that's an open source project or otherwise, there were some great hard-earned tips in that talk. Be sure to check out the replay. Changing gears a bit, as part of the open source community, we tend to focus on the coding, the building of the software on each of the projects. During a panel on maintaining boundaries, balance, and funding in open source, Wes McKinney shared how important non-code contributions can be.
One of the things that I spend the most time doing as a contributor and a maintainer is gardening the issue tracker. So organizing the reports that come in, getting more information from the issue reporters, closing out duplicates, connecting issues together, setting their metadata. Because ultimately, a project that is well organized and where we have as much information as possible about the bug reports or the feature requests that come in is going to make it that much easier for people to jump in and make contributions.
You can find areas to jump into open source right now and chip in with issue assistance by checking out GitHub Explore, or during the holiday season, projects like 24 pull requests, where you can find additional opportunities to chip in. It's been a huge year here at GitHub, and even with all of this going on, Nicole Forsgren gave a talk on the state of the Octaverse, and it's really worth checking out. Here's a quick recap of the talk from Nicole herself.
Here's our TLDR. We talked about juggling work and play, how automation makes things better, working better together, and securing our systems.
There you go. You're all set. If you want to read the full reports, go check them out at octaverse.github.com and check out the whole talk tomorrow, githubuniverse.com. Yesterday, we got a sneak peek from Neha about today's talk on how to customize GitHub discussions for your developer community. Here she is talking about how some of her favorite organizations are using GitHub discussions.
So here's an example here where Snowpack has used a pin discussion as their changelog. And so it's kind of pinned at the top. You can see that Fred's got some spot-on GIFs here. And what I love is that each comment is a new version and it details, and it allows people to easily reply with thoughts or words of thank or encouragement.
Check out the rest of Neha's favorite GitHub discussion boards in the recording of her talk, githubuniverse.com. And finally, has your mono repo evolved past the point that you can handle it? Derek from the GitHub team has a few ideas for you if this sounds familiar.
It's as your repository evolves that it grows and continues growing at a faster and faster rate as your team grows.
Go catch them all, mono repo tips that is, by watching all of Derek's talk. And that's a wrap on the over 80 sessions from GitHub Universe 2020. And a huge shout out to the University channel and the Play channel, who had amazing content as well that maybe you've missed out on, but are definitely worth a look. A huge thank you to all the speakers, performers, and visual artists from those channels. You really made GitHub Universe a little bit more special. If I intrigued you with any of the highlights, you can go and rewatch all the sessions tomorrow. GitHubUniverse.com, go and take a look. All right, we are in the final countdown of GitHub Universe this year, and now I'm in control, so I want to have a little bit of fun. We've spent so much time with each other. I really think we've gotten to know each other, and I mean, the sign of a good friendship is being able to poke fun at each other, right? Well, the team was excited to share announcements in the keynotes. Well, it didn't always come out in a single take. I decided to beg a few people in the production team and got these bloopers of the day one keynote for you. Check this out.
With GitHub sponsors, you can fund the open source projects. I'm sorry. Too funny. It's flashed on me.
Oh no, I got the wrong word. Manually merging a pull request is nice and all, but how about we let the robots do the work here?
The key to a crispy pizza is the GitHub Definitely a Blowtorch, available today for $9.99 with your GitHub Pro subscription.
This new page is looking great.
Professional open source developers. Oh, I guess I should take it for real. Yeah.
And your line is.
I need to answer it, yeah. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do it. Manually merging a pull request is nice and all, but how about we let the robots do the work here?
And we even have CodeQL automatically selling security vulnerabilities.
Nat, are you okay? Nat!
That's great.
Well, it's been a very busy 3 days with over 50 talks, hundreds of questions being answered in our GitHub discussions board, and you were shepherded through the entire experience by a few stalwart guides during the APAC rebroadcast. These folks have been with you as the local hosts of the developer and enterprise tracks, and I thought it'd only be fair if they were here with me to celebrate the final moments of GitHub Universe 2020. So let's bring back Karan and Mish from the developer channel and the alliterative Daniel and Divya from the enterprise track. Hello, everybody.
Hey guys!
Hello!
Hey, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining me. We're so excited. I'm excited to put the final touches on GitHub Universe 2020 with you. So listen, I calculated it out, and all of you have been on camera for over 15 hours in total, and you've listened to so many talks and questions. Divya, I wanted to start with you. What was your favorite moment from this GitHub Universe?
Kyle, this is my first year at GitHub, and watching Universe so close, it's difficult. Like, everything was so special for me. But if I have to pick favorites, I would say I would pick Code Spaces. I love, and in my opinion, I think it's going to be a game changer. It would revitalize like the whole inner developer loop experience for everyone. And being close to students, I feel, again, in these changing times, remote learning, no labs, low-end devices, it's going to be a game changer. I also want to add like the Play channel. I'm not a very music person, but it got introduced like a new genre and a new way of coding and fun possibilities for me. Yeah, so it was so awesome.
I completely agree about the Play channel. It's fun watching all the hosts and guests moving their heads in between the sessions when I can see everyone backstage. Mish, I wanted to chat with you. First of all, your setup looks amazing. And I think a lot of people took notice. I loved your tweet earlier last week sharing your setup. I'm curious for you, do you have a favorite moment from GitHub Universe?
Oh, so many favorite moments, but you called one out already. I love my Twitter. I love my community. So the things I really loved about Universe, there was a talk on our channel about building your community on GitHub, which just like touches my heart so much. I absolutely loved it. And then from the broader community, again, the hashtag GitHub Universe was just going off. I just love the way everyone was sending in all their photos, their favorite moments, showing us how they experienced GitHub Universe in this virtual era. It's so exciting. It makes me feel like, I mean, it's not the same as being there in person, but it makes me feel like I'm able to experience it with everyone else. And yeah, that's just definitely my favorite part of this whole thing.
And Karan, you were with Mish. I hear you used to do a bit of improv, and I imagine that came in handy while hosting GitHub Universe. So tell me, what were some of your favorite moments from the week?
Absolutely, Kyle. I think it's really difficult to pick a favorite moment because it's been such an amazing GitHub Universe this time, hosting this with the amazing Mish out here. But one thing that I really loved about GitHub Universe this time is how we are able to engage with the APAC community in their own time zone, talk to them, see what's happening, and hear to them on Twitter, discussions, and everywhere else. So that is one of my favorite part of how we are able to come together globally, live, and then tune into GitHub Universe this time. Absolutely stoked at all of the sessions and the community engaging with us so much.
Daniel, I can't help but notice, and I think the internet noticed too, that you seem to be a little bit of a Star Wars fan. So first, I'm curious what your favorite Star Wars movie is.
Oh boy. Okie dokie. this could actually get me hated on the internet. That's kind of okay. Like, of course, I love Empire Strikes Back. Everybody does. But I'm going to give a shout out to The Last Jedi. Ryan Johnson, dude, you're the man.
Thanks for being a good sport. And then I'm curious what you think the 56 million developers at home will be most excited about from this big week of announcements in just, GitHub Universe in general.
Well, it depends whether or not you want to talk about on camera or off camera, because off camera, I actually just finished my 7,500 piece Lego Millennium Falcon. But on camera, I would say code spaces, yeah, absolutely awesome. Dark mode, everybody wants dark mode, right? And to have it there is fantastic. I know personally from my customers that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, Actions packages, GitHub Enterprise Server 3.0, it's going to win. It's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, forgot one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing. My partner, Divya, she's that side. There she is. Not that side. There we go. Working with Divya was awesome. Thank you, Divya.
A high five there, Daryl.
You too, Karan. I love you too. High fives, oh God.
I was going to say, it's so much fun watching the 4 group here, especially the APAC rebroadcast. It's been fun watching you and your work, the hijinks. I know hosting is not an easy task, and you all had so much fun and really, looked like you were friends throughout the entire process, which is great. So now we're at the end. I think it's time. Does everyone have a glass? We're going to do a toast. Raise your water, your juice. I have champagne. So let's toast this GitHub Universe and all the amazing work that the Hubbers from around the world did to make this possible. Hurry, Mish, hurry.
Hurry, Mish. This is a heavy mug.
I'm popping the bottle now. Can I pop the bottle right on stream?
Yeah, let's do it. Go ahead. Just don't break anything. You've got a lot of expensive stuff there behind you.
Being popped. My housemate's going to hate me right now because he loves the sound of this and he's not here to experience this. But he misses out. You all get it instead. All right, here we go.
Let's see it.
Like, ready? Here's that satisfying sound. Yeah!
All right, everyone. Let's toast to the amazing community of developers from around the world. Without all of you, we wouldn't be here. And listen, I only get to do this once, so I want to cheers with a bang. Cheers! Thank you so much, Divya, Daniel, Mish, Karan, everyone. Please enjoy your well-deserved time off. Thank you, everybody. And thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, our community. Oh, it's still coming down. Holy moly. For all your hard work.
Forever.
I'm going to be vacuuming up this for days. Thanks again to the amazing APAC hosts. Thank you to all of you for all of your hard work, all of your work making fixes, answering pages from your apps on Saturday. We build GitHub for all of you, and I can't wait to see what you do with what we built this year. I wish you all the very best for the rest of the year, and here's to a really great 2021. I'll see you next time.